Hello, everybody. Welcome to Cherry on Top's fourth episode of Banana Splitting Discussion. I am your host, Lime, and as usual, I am joined by one of my closest friends today.
Hey y'all, it's Pomé. I'm the passionate pomegranate of cherry on top.
Today, it is going to be just the two of us, as Mango is feeling a little bit under the weather and wants to focus on recovering.
This is just truly not our year, honestly. But we will try our best to include Mango in some small way throughout this video with the power of editing.
Anyways, with that settled, can you believe that it's less than 30 days away from release? It feels like we just got the announcement yesterday, Pomé.
I wouldn't say it went by that fast. Those periods of waiting for a trailer feel far away for sure. It just feels like we're so close to having these games in our hands, but also it feels like a lifetime away. Just want to eat sandwiches already.
Is it that Mango's brand? Wow, he disappears for one video and you're already trying to steal his brand? Like you need to come up with something of your own. Don't be a thief.
Well, I have stuff of my own, and he can have the sandwich brand if he wants, but I'm going to refuse to give up my love of Subway sandwiches, okay? I can almost taste them.
Okay, we get it. You're quirky and cute for liking the sandwich minigame.
Wow, jealous much?
Okay, can we stay focused, please, Pomé? What is our question of the day?
The question of the day is, do you like the more unique reveal teasers, like the Iono one, or, this Greavard one, and like that kind of vein, compared to the traditional trailers we usually get? I will start first. I will say that I like the unique teasers. Obviously, we gotta have a standard trailer, I'm not gonna take that away. But yeah. I like the more thematic ones too, like Graphite Eyes and, Ionos, like we said, and Greavard. Because it gives it kind of like a life of its own. Like it feels like this, Paldea actually exists. Like it also there was like a couple other similar reveals with Legends Arceus as well, like the Zoro one, where it just made it feel like, oh, people do actually live here. There's actual creatures here, instead of just like, here's a game trailer, like a traditional trailer. Because then it, for example, the Iono stream, I know it was a bit controversial, but the fact that it was like a 2-part kind of video where she kind of plays in the stream, whatever, feels very realistic to the way actual streamers and content creators are,
Yeah.
And it fit the theme they were trying to go for. And even with the more Pokemon reveal ones like Greavard and Graphite, it felt like someone was documenting them and like actually existing.
Yeah, it definitely makes the games feel so much more alive. It's a good way to give like a Pokemon also characters so much more personality. Like with Iono, they hired like a voice actress for her, and like I feel like we got like a good sense of her personality, like what is going to be like in the actual game, and I think they are so fun to follow personally. I think a lot of people just have like really high standards when it comes to like Pokemon reviews, so they tend to be disappointed. But I just go in expecting nothing, so yeah, I'm never disappointed. I'm just here for the fun.
Mm-hmm. Like if they're going to reveal so little, I'd rather it be done with like personality rather than just like a standard trailer. Personally,
yeah, obviously, I think it's good to have like a balance of like both ways to reveal, because you also want to see the gameplay, obviously. You don't want just to see like cinematic stuff that is not even going to be in the actual game. But it's like I enjoy both. I don't really care either way.
Yeah, I'm glad that they started doing that with like PLA.
Yeah, it's so fun.
Anyways, we can move on.
Yes, our next section is about the new Pokemon that were revealed in the last month. So first up we have Bellibolt, an electric type, and then we have Greavard, a ghost type. So
both of them are cute to me. I'm just gonna lay that out there.
Yeah.
Like obviously Greavard is cute because puppy, I think that's just universally agreed on.
Yeah.
And I will name it Zero
Yeah, I know that. I
Along with being
truly,
a psychic type stan, I am also a Nightmare Before Christmas stan. No one knows those movies like I do.
yeah, I don't think I have ever watched it fully, but I will do it one day for you.
If you ever visit, I will make sure you watch it.
Yeah, you're gonna sit me like on a chair, and then you're gonna like sit next to me, and you're gonna be like there with like a, I don't wanna say like a gun because that's like we cannot say that on YouTube, but you're gonna have like a rolled up
I'm gonna tie
newspaper.
you down and like
Yeah,
have you the eye machine where it keeps your eyes open. I'll make sure
yeah.
so you don't miss any second.
Anyway, so yeah, Graveyard. I love it so much. I think I love how it looks like it could belong in like a children's horror movie, like you mentioned, Nightmare Before Christmas. I also can see it being like a character in Coraline or anything made by Tim Burton. Really, I love how much personality it has, and honestly, I think it's so fun how it behaves in the actual game. You know, it can dig underground. It's so fun.
And I
And it's
liked the way that they revealed it with like, like, oh, some club
random.
member
Yeah, some
found
random.
it and then like presumably died. Or at
Yeah,
least
that's
fainted.
Yeah, that was so funny. And I love how you don't even see the Pokemon, there's just like random candles on the ground. So you have to get close and to see what are those. And then it's like, oh my gosh, it's an actual Pokemon. It's so fun.
Yeah.
And I wonder if like they will use that concept for other new Pokemon in the game. Like they are hiding. You have to get
Well, I mean, they
close to
kind of did
them.
with like Grafai, where like it's in the area where the trees are painted. You know
Yeah.
how that's how it is with like, oh, it paints to mark its territory. So I feel like there a lot of Pokemon will have that kind of detailing to
Yeah,
where they live.
yeah.
You know,
And Bellibolt. So yeah. It's
it's a bit
cute.
more controversial, but I still think it's cute. It took like a few minutes for me to get used to it because you think the eye bumps are the actual eyes.
Yeah.
So it looks goofy in that way. But if you like look at it with the way it is, where like the eyes is like the yellow smiley face, it
Yeah.
looks a lot better. It's a force with perspective for me.
Yeah, I do love the concept of the fake eyes, you know. It reminds me of Pokemon like Masquerain and Lurantis. You know how Masquerain puts its wings together to form like an eye shape that intimidates other Pokemon, and Lurantis is like a grass type that pretends to be a bug, like scare off the predators or whatever. And like, yeah, it's a little bit too silly looking for my taste, but I do appreciate the thoughts that went into its design overall.
And I like that its belly looks like those like globes where like you touch it and it does the string of electricity. You know, those little like toys in that way.
Yeah,
I think like we don't have a Pokemon that's like that, so it at least is unique in that way. Alright, so pretty standard opinions. We're mixed about the Leapo, but we love Graveyard. I think that lines up with like most of the internet. So
yeah. And then let's move on to the next section. So, Pomé, we have what is like the most controversial Pokemon character in the last decade, I feel like. So yeah, we were introduced to Iono. So, Iono is the gym leader of Levicia, one of Paldea's region's prominent cities specializing in electric-type Pokemon. She is also known as the supercharged streamer, having gained popularity as the host of the Iono Zone. She even streams her work as a gym leader and seems to place great emphasis on viewer engagement on her channel and the number of views she gets. Her catchphrases include, "Your eyeballs are mine," caught in my electro web, and "Hello, hello, hello, hola, ciao, and bonjour." I actually love her, and I was so surprised when I saw how many people hated her. Like, why? I don't
right?
get it. You
She's just
accuse
so
any.
fun.
Yeah, yeah,
Like I feel like a good amount of like maybe I should be controversial myself that a lot of people feel very unnerved and very touchy with the fact that she called them out, especially other content creators.
yeah. And like, not to start a drama with anybody, but I feel like people are so quick to hate female characters in Pokemon, generally speaking. And I feel like we are gonna address that issue, like maybe in a separate video, but yeah.
Like there's always like a character that's like hated within the Pokemon fandom. Like it feels like every generation. And a good amount of them are women. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah,
just a bit
like,
sus. Like it happened with Lily too, and I'm like,
yeah. I feel like it happens often
okay.
with female characters. Like, I'm not saying that people don't hate male characters because there's people who hate Leon or Hub or Ho or Hugh from Black and White. But like, it's just the way they express their hate that makes me very like wary of their actual intentions, you know? Because it's like one thing to be like, oh, I just don't like this character or I don't care for them. And there's like people who are like dragging the hell out of Iono, like she does not deserve
Like
so
the
much vitriol
disproportion.
and hate. Yeah, it's so. I know a lot of people were like upset because of the reveal itself because they expected a new Pokemon, but like y'all are grown ass people, like just calm down. It's Pokemon, you know.
It's
It's
literally
not that serious.
a children's game. And you're over here acting like she killed your parents.
Yeah, and honestly, I feel like the reveal itself was so funny, in my opinion, because if you got like
She even
trolled
laid it
by
out in the
Iono,
video. So it's
you
like,
kinda,
I'm gonna make it a two-parter so like, my views can go up and my subscribers can go
yeah,
up.
and
It blew up over the world. I need y'all to sub. Like literally it's all in the dialogue.
honestly, I feel like we also like Iono because she's like us. I'm not gonna
Like
be like,
we get the vision. We're now
yeah, we
content
get,
creators. I'm like, I totally understand.
yeah,
Like
you know what, Pomé, like, there's like genius people who get real characters. Like, we are those people. We are speaking the truth, and like, we get the vision, we get the concept. She's funny, she's hilarious, she's a troll. We love her. And if you don't get her, then I don't know, maybe it's on you. Like, I don't know what to say. It's not Yono's fault, it's yours.
also, I will say that Japan is really big into VTubers. You know, so that reveal cycle was more tailored to the Japan audience. Like her
Yeah.
being a VTuber, having a more higher voice. It fits the Japanese audience. And not
Yeah.
every reveal or character needs to be to your taste.
Yeah, and plus, there's like people who are not from Japan who love her. Like, I do see the fan art on Twitter and stuff. So
But
yeah,
yeah,
you know,
it's just not that deep. You can just relax. It's okay to like be upset that you didn't get like a Pokemon reveal or like just
Yeah.
not like her character. If you just said like I don't like Iono, I'm not mad at that. It was more the people that were like she baited us. That was the point.
yeah. What is our next topic for me?
We're gonna talk about the media previews because we had that recently where a bunch of Pokemon content creators and
Not us,
news
not us.
outlets got to
We
play at least
deserve.
1 to 2 hours of the game and shared their thoughts about it. So I compiled a list of the details I was able to get. Shout out to Awesome John Plays for putting it together, like all the information together. So I got the list mainly from
Yeah.
him. I'm also going to include information from Philly Beats You, who did play the games as well. So you can check out his channel and his video, and also the tweet that we'll pull up later about a certain details. So I wanted to get into. Obviously, we probably won't have comments for every single thing. I'm just going to go for what I thought was important at the very least. And if we wanted to talk about any detail, we can go on a little tangent too.
Yeah.
So the first detail I want to share is that there's going to be 18 badges. So 8
Wow.
traditional badges from the gym leaders, and then 10 from the other 2 stories. So presumably 5 maybe from Star because there's 5 different locations, and
Yeah.
maybe 5 Titans.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to collect those.
Hopefully it will be of one of every type because, you know,
Oh
we have
yeah.
18 types.
Yeah.
I don't. It'd be weird if it'd be like we have 18 badges and 2 of them are like steel type. It just wouldn't make any sense. So
Like maybe the badges themselves are like different, but then
it could be if it is the same type. But it makes me feel like the 18 types and 18 badges is not a coincidence.
I mean, yeah.
So it probably, at the very least, the main like stuff. Maybe the Elite Four could have redundant types, obviously, because there's only so many types. But at least within the gym leaders and the Team Star and the Titans, they probably won't be redundant.
Yeah.
Probably. Anyways, the next thing is the EXP share is gonna always be on, and the auto battles will have reduced EXP for when you feign a Pokemon. At the very least, I'm glad at that point because then you don't overtrain through the auto battles. But we didn't have a channel before this, so to make it clear, I'm not happy about the XP share being always on. So.
Yeah, I'm not either. It's so annoying, but it's a Game Freak.
It just seems like it's gonna be standard from now on.
Yeah.
So I'll have to accept it. I just like having my teams at like equal level, but I can always box them.
I'm still gonna complain though. I don't care.
It's just frustrating that the option to turn it off was taken away from us. That's all.
Yeah. But yeah, like the auto battles feature, I do like that because like I do want to send out my Pokemon in the world and like let them do things, like it. I don't know. I like it. I love the idea itself, and I'm glad that you don't get like a lot of XP from that because it means you can like send them out more often,
Yeah, and the more I hear about the auto battles, the more reassured I am. Like there's less EXP, you mainly need it for the Team Star thing, quest, and also that you collect items, so it's not inherently a waste. Because I was worried that I'd be like, I barely use it, But the more I hear it, it makes me more likely to use it more often.
Yeah.
The next thing is no forced trainer battles, which, thank goodness. I think most people like the fact that we're not going to be forced into battles anymore. I know there's like a couple of people that are like, I kind of wish there was, but I'm like, you could just go around them. Like, with the open world, it'd be a lot easier to go around them. So it's just like, at that point, the forced battle wouldn't happen as often. So it just makes sense that they would change it to be optional, because it's already going to be optional because you could just go around them. I've become a master of avoiding trainers anyways.
Yeah.
So, just sometimes you either want to go somewhere or you want to check something out and they're in the way. Like, this is just easier to just make it optional, and if you go up to them, you could battle them.
Yeah, I feel like forced battles, like an open world game, will be so redundant. Like, there's no point. Because like you said, you can just avoid trainers.
Them.
Yeah, anyways. Yeah, like, if people are disappointed, you can just, like, battle them anyways. Like, nobody forces you to, like, ignore them or something,
Like, if you get the pop-up, you could have your gameplay where it's, like, if the pop-up happens, you have to battle them. It could be a self-imposed thing. Like, we already have Nuzlocke being a self-imposed thing.
Yeah.
You could have that, too. I get the idea that, like, the choice is taken away. Like, I get that, because I sympathize with the EXP share being always on, that choice being taken away.
Yeah, I do wonder if, like, the battles that are, like, in the game are, like, going to be harder, because they are, like, not as frequent, so they are, like, they have the potential to be more creative with, like, Pokemon teams and stuff,
At least have full teams.
Yeah, that would be cool. I don't think they would
have them be an actual challenge because you have to seek them out. I would like that a lot.
Yeah, that would be really nice. I don't think they will do it though, but it's just me being hopeful.
We could speculate, so.
Yeah.
Speaking of difficulty, a lot of reviewers found Mela's ace, or at least one aspect of her team, to be really difficult.
I mean, that's a good.
That they even specified that their team was over-leveled, but still had their team be mostly wiped because of one of the Pokemon on her team.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Like, I wonder if she's going to use like a Terra type on something and make like a, I don't know, Pokemon even stronger because of the Terra type. I don't know, it's a really weird thing to state. I'm curious to see what her ace is going to be.
Find it interesting that they mentioned it being difficult because we all know that Pokemon games aren't known for being easy.
Yeah.
So I like that the idea that there is some difficulty present, even if you are
Yeah.
overleveled.
I definitely feel like Game Freak kind of listened to people complaining about how easy Pokemon games have gotten. Like we saw with Volo in Legends Arceus, that he was like really hard to defeat, you know.
Don't
So I
remind me.
can,
I
yeah,
still have trauma
yeah,
about taking forever to beat him and then taking forever to beat Arceus.
yeah, that was so hard, like so annoying. I restarted the battle like so many times. And you know what? We are not bad Pokemon trainers, we just struggled with those two battles.
No, part of that added to my difficulty was that I accidentally reset from the beginning. Like I was like almost done, and
Oh
I,
yeah.
like a fool, clicked the wrong button. And I was like,
Yeah.
no! I wanted to game over myself in that moment. I felt so tempted to be like, I'm never finishing this game. I'm not gonna do it with Arceus. Sorry, but I got through it again. So. We have Legend Arceus quality of life changes returning, like the relearning moves is within the menu. You can change your name within the menu, like you said, like potions, stuff like that. Which, once again, thank goodness. I like those changes. Like as much as like the tradition of having a move relearner and like a name changer character, like. It's just much easier just to have it within your party.
Yeah, I feel like that is kind of typical, like other RPGs, and it's like it saves up so much more time, you know.
And it took this long for us to have those quality of life changes.
Yeah.
So unlike Legends Arceus, where you're able to catch Pokemon outside of battle by throwing a Pokeball, you can't do that. But you can, like Legends Arceus, throw a Pokeball to start a wild battle at a Pokemon. And so in that case, sneaking does return the fact that you can surprise a Pokemon and make them delay a turn if you do a backstrike. I like that has returned in the way because I like the attack of like sneaking Pokemon, and it helps, especially if it's a more tougher Pokemon. Like for example, if you think it's like you're over, like that Pokemon's over leveled. Having a surprise, whatever, could save you. Where it's like, oh shoot, this Pokemon's like level 80. I need to get out of here.
Yeah. Plus, it's also fun to like be able to interact with the Pokeball itself and like throw away the Pokeball at things. You know, it's fun.
And I know there's like kind of being like, why didn't like catching Pokemon outside of battle return? Maybe it's like an unpopular opinion, but I don't mind it. Because I feel like there's certain gameplay elements that fit a Legends Arceus world better. Like, for example, Pokemon attacking you and, like, you potentially dying and catching them outside. Because it fit within the lore of the past where it's like, Pokemon are more aggressive towards you and the modern day relationship isn't there. That's why... Until you arrived, they had little progress with Pokemon because most of them were scared of Pokemon. It took someone from the modern day to start actually learning about Pokemon. It makes sense that would only be in Legends Arceus games versus the more modern day games. I'm okay with people being like upset about it. That's just why I personally am not upset about it.
Yeah, like I can see why people will be upset because, you know, it's very convenient to just catch Pokemon without having to battle them, but like, I don't really care.
So, hairstyle customization you have to do within a salon, but other facial modifications like eyes and like face can be done at any time, including apparently when you even start the game.
Yeah.
And I like that a lot, that like maybe there might be a makeup case where you'd be able to change your face, whatever. So at least from the start, you'd be able to make your face unique compared to the base character. Yeah. Instead of having to wait like 10 minutes before you could even do any customization at all.
Yeah, but I also do like that they didn't entirely remove salons, because it's still fun to go inside like a salon, and it just makes the world feel so much more alive. Like there's boutiques and salons and other stuff.
Yeah, at least like those buildings are being used. Because if it was
Yeah,
just like a
right.
building that you couldn't go into, I'd be like, that's weird,
Yeah,
It breaks me out of it a little bit. So I'm glad that at
yeah,
least salons are at least still present.
yeah. Also,
Um,
customizations are available to everybody, so I love
yes.
that. And I like that Pokemon is being more inclusive nowadays.
Mhm.
And
And
yeah,
it just also makes sense too. It's a lot easier to code where you could just be like customization open to everyone versus having to like sort out which customization is for Whist and lock it there. It's just easier to just make all customization just available to everyone, as well as also being inclusive as well. Also, you can do Team Star bases and Titans in any order, just like the gyms.
yay, open world. We love that.
We don't know how well the levels will scale in that way, just like the gym leaders, but theoretically the choice is there. Another change that I personally like is there's idle or reaction animations to like
gosh.
weather. So like Farigarath was like circling around in the rain and enjoying the rain while we were
Yeah.
trying to hide our hair from the wetness.
Yeah, oh
And
my
it's like
gosh, I
this
saw
very
that.
small thing to do that, but it
It was
breathes
so
life
good.
into the games where like this is a real person that just like in the real world doesn't want to get wet. And that there's some
Yeah.
people who enjoy being wet. Like Pokemon would be like, oh yay, it's fun, let me play in the rain.
Yeah, I already mentioned this before, but like, I love when Pokemon actually interact with the environment they're in. So yeah, this is such a cool detail to add to the game. Fun. I cannot wait to see like my team's reaction to like, I don't know, like raining, like storms, hail, or whatever kind of weathers are in the game.
Mm-hmm. It just gives it personality, and
Yeah, exactly.
I love it a lot. So another element to the auto battles is that two different factors are considered for who wins an auto battle, which is the level matchup and the type matchup, which once again is very common sense. If
Yeah,
you're higher
also,
level and a fire
yeah.
type versus a grass type, you're going to win most likely.
Yeah. Also, during auto battles, Pokemon are going to be dropping held items, besides like special items for crafting. So that's interesting.
Billy detailed it in his video specifically that one of the Pokemon he was facing dropped an Everstone instead of those like tufts or like crafting materials. It specifically dropped an Everstone.
Yeah.
So it stands to reason that like, for example, Snorlax having leftovers, you would get that.
The AI for raids is better now.
Yeah.
And
No more
that
cosmic
is,
power spam.
yes, no more helping hands or whatever that thing was.
Yeah,
I
I'm
feel
just
like
glad.
a lot of the AI trainers in like Dynamax or like other raid battles were so bad. There will be legit the reason like why I lost so many.
Spamming cosmic power. We get it. You don't need to do that anymore. Attack them, please.
Yeah. We also got sabotaged by Mango.
He'll be happy about that for sure.
Yeah, Mango wasn't paying attention and he was just clicking like on moves that will not affect the enemy Pokemon. It was so funny.
He was no better than an AI.
Yeah. Well, I don't even
Tell him to
know.
pay attention, Mango.
Yeah.
But then he would accidentally boost up, like, for example, I think it was like a Flash Fire Pokemon, and he accidentally used a Fire type move against it. And we're like, Mango,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Yeah, we're like so shocked because he did it not only once but twice. So we're like, Mango. He was
Are you
just like
trying
spamming
to
yeah.
fail us?
Yeah, he was just spamming A without caring about anything.
He was in his villain era,
like-
okay?
Yeah, all the damage we were doing to that Pokemon will be like reversed because of Mango.
The day and night cycle is within an in-game time, so nothing. You can't change it from the Switch. It's determined within game.
Yeah,
I think similar to like Sword and Shield, where certain events or whatever were on certain like times or whatever. I think probably similar concept, or at least like the cycle within in-game is the different, or it's like faster. Like how, for example, how Legends Arceus, the cycle went a bit faster.
yeah.
Probably a similar
Actually,
way.
yeah. I actually really like that change because I don't always play Pokemon during the day or like at night, so it's nice to experience both those times when you're
Yeah.
playing.
I hope that they include a way for you to change the time, or at least like rest to like a certain time, like how Legends Arceus
Yeah,
has. Like, I want to be at nighttime. Let me sleep till nighttime. All right, this is where the tweet I talked about comes into play. So Philly tweeted out how Pokemon in the wild behave. So they'll be in groupings, like they'll be like same Pokemon within a group, like how Greavard in the trailer was shown to be in a group, like in
yeah,
5. Or they'll be in like families. So like there'll be an evolved Pokemon surrounded by its pre-evo. There might be some different Pokemon that are just hanging out together, and that there also will be Pokemon like interacting with each other, like one-on-one. Like for example, Zangoose and Seviper will probably attack each other. It makes
yeah,
sense. And that the trailers are misleading in a way where they made it a bit more empty, but within the games, there's Pokemon everywhere.
yeah. Also, they react to battles, right?
Yeah, they react to battles, and you can see them like when you're battling a Pokemon. They'll be in the background still. It won't be a separate screen anymore. It's within the world itself, just like how evolutions, as we saw with Farigiraf, are within the world as well.
Yeah, yeah. These are such nice changes, and honestly, it's so cute. And like, I don't want to say it's cute, but I don't know. It's just really wholesome to see like Pokemon hanging out together, like not be alone in the world. And it's like, wow, this world is actually alive, and like Pokemon species can interact with each other, just like Pokemon families overworld, and it's so cute. I really love this change. And I think Paldea region is going to be really fun to explore because because of other reasons as well, but like this is one of my favorite changes, honestly.
Like it's going to feel more alive, because it makes sense
Yeah,
that because in the real world animals hang out together or within the spot or like interact with each other. So
yeah,
it makes sense that the Pokemon world would also be similar in that way. And that as much as I love the evolution screens of past generations, like I'm glad that they're gone. Because like it was like, where is this random evolution screen? Why is it randomly like some random background? It makes it feel more like the anime to me, because when I was younger, I watched the anime obviously, and within the anime, Pokemon mid-battle, or the very least within the world, evolve. And for the longest time, I was like, why doesn't that happen within the Pokemon world? Now we have that, where it does evolve within the world. So it makes it closer to the anime and makes it feel more lifelike in that way, which I very much appreciate.
I think that's it for the
Yeah, we
videos.
covered everything that I deemed important. There are some other details as well that I knew we probably wouldn't have any much comment about. So if you wish
Yeah,
to, learn
yeah.
everything, you could check out the 2 videos I listed. You could check out the other reviewers as well. They mentioned some details. I'm sure most everyone has by now, but just in case you haven't.
Yeah. Also, can we call out Nintendo for not giving us like the demo or whatever?
Right, we
Like,
are
we've
big
made
content
videos.
creators. We
Yeah,
should
we've
be
made videos about Pokemon, so like we deserve to play the game for like
we
an hour.
deserve to be invited to play it. Like
Yeah. Like, what are you doing?
they
Honestly,
they
we are robbed. I know
no, no,
we
no,
have
no. They
like
didn't
10
want
viewers.
to show favoritism to us because we just started. Like they were worried about favoritism. You know.
Yeah. I know we only have like 10 viewers to watch us, but like, they care. they matter, you know.
Yeah, they
So we
personally
deserve
contact
to,
us. They
yeah,
like, hey, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Like,
yeah,
we're friends with Nintendo, obviously.
yeah. So yeah, I think we're definitely robbed. But there's always next time. So Nintendo, if you see this, call me, please. I really want to play Scarlet and Violet. No.
I want to know things that other people don't. Come on now.
Yeah, like I promise you, if you let us play the game, we're gonna make like the best video of all time. We are
Right,
never,
right.
yeah.
Like
Yeah, I promise you, we will stop saying anything bad about Pokemon. Like we are gonna be like those stands who defend like every single choice. Like no, turn off button for XP share. That's such a great choice. Oh my gosh, I've been waiting for that since day one. Oh my gosh, how did you read my mind? Anyways, so do you have any final thoughts or like any updates on your teams?
for Belly Bowl, I might include it within a replay team, like when I play with Quaxley. But within my two main teams, it's not probably going to be added. As for Graveyard, though, I might add it to one of the two teams. I already have Fido within my Scarlet team, as you know. So it might be included within my Fight Coco team, but if not, it's definitely going to be used with my Quaxley team for sure. So yeah, other than just like my second, when my Quaxley team being more fleshed out, I don't really have that much changes. It's still the same from last video where, my Scarlet team was mostly filled. I only have one space left, and my Scarlet team being slowly but surely being filled. Hopefully soon we get more Pokemon revealed, or something just happens. I don't know.
As for me, I don't think I am going to be using Bellybolt this generation like at all. So sorry to like the 5 Bellybolt fans that are watching me. But yeah, Graveyard, I am so obsessed with it, and I feel like there's a really good chance at me using it in like my main team, because I do like it more than Cerulege. I don't want two ghost types on my team, so yeah, I'm leaning towards using Graveyard on my main team. But yeah, it remains to be seen because something may happen, and I'm not going to be staying away from that thing whenever it happens. Yeah, like, I'm sorry, but like, I'm not Christian, so. I mean, I am, but like.
Unless Nintendo personally says that we will only get in if we don't talk about a certain thing, in which case, what thing? I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, what are you talking about? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean.
That's it for our 4th video discussing the latest news on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, as well as your future teams or anything interesting you have thought of yourself. Also, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell for more media analysis and discussion videos. We also have a Twitter and TikTok accounts, so be sure to click on the links in our descriptions and check them out. Please, we will really appreciate it if you followed us on Twitter, because we do want to talk to people, but nobody follows us, so we're just talking into like an empty void, so it's not fun. But yeah, follow us and subscribe to the channel now, and I promise you, if you subscribe now, I am going to do something special. That is a lie, but let's pretend it's not.
This has been Cherry on Top, and as always, we hope you enjoy your Sunday. Bye!